Welcome to On the Daily, a podcast about finding the acoustic you. I'm your host, Danielle McCleary. I am a serial optimist and a champion of people who has long been on a search to truly see people and help you peel back all of your layers and become the most acoustic, authentic, and best version of yourself. I'm so glad you're here. Let's dive in. Hi, guys. Happy Friday. Another week down in 2021. Can you believe it? I can't believe this is already our second episode. Like, what the heck? Where did time go? Anyway, I'm coming to you on a Friday. We have 2 release days every week. We release an episode on Tuesday, which will be more centered around interviews and stories of people in my network that I want you to hear from. And Fridays, you get me all to yourself. A few minutes with me for me to just kind of tell you what's ever on my heart, maybe add some perspective to your day, maybe make you feel better, maybe make you laugh, whatever it is. I'm glad you're here. So you got 2 opportunities to listen every single week. What do I want to say today? You know, I was kind of reflecting on our episode with Chris, and one of the things he talked about was letting go of one of the layers, which was caring so much about what people think. And it made me think of a book I'm reading by Hal Elrod. It's called The Miracle Equation. He also wrote The Miracle Morning, if you've read that. He talks about limiting beliefs, and he talks about this idea that a lot of the time when we dim our own light, or we're afraid to go and push for a goal, or when we're afraid to just be who we are, it's because of some limiting belief that was put on us either through trauma or something in the outside world or something we watched one time or like a kid who made fun of us in school. And it's like gotten so deeply ingrained into who we are that it's now become our reality, or at least we think it's become our reality, right? When in fact, it hasn't become our reality. And most of the time, we freak out about things or stress about things or get anxiety about things that actually nobody else is thinking of. So if you haven't read that book, absolutely read it. But I just want you to think about something. I cannot remember for the life of me where I read this. So forgive me if I don't say it correctly, but there is a point. And basically what it was is that every hour, humans have between 2,500 and 3,000 thoughts on average. Okay. And of those, a lot of them, like it's more than 70%, are typically negative. And of those thoughts every hour, like upwards of 90% of them are repetitive. So think about that. If there's a ton of thoughts that are negative and a ton of thoughts that are repetitive, then we are literally repeating negative shit to ourselves all day long. Stuff that may not even be true. Stuff that may have just been like dropped into us by something that happened so long ago, or the way that like something that happened in the world that now it's like we've obsessed over it and it's become our reality. Like think about that for a minute. So what if instead we flip the script a little bit, right? And instead of thinking negative thoughts, what if we remind ourselves whenever we start to like feel that anxiety of like going for it, or we start to feel that anxiety of like being open and being honest and being ourselves, what if instead we flip the script and we turn it into an affirmation or a positive thing? Because that may not be true either right now. Maybe it's something you're working on, but like your affirmation is like for example, I personally right now am working really hard on staying organized. And I'm also working really hard on discipline and like getting up early. I'm waking up at 4 a.m. to like hit all my goals. And so I know that in the past, I have not been great at these things, but instead of letting that thought become my reality and then not working to become more disciplined or not working to become more organized because I just assume that I'm not good enough for it. Instead, I have this affirmation now where I say, I am the most disciplined and organized person on the planet. I am prioritized. I am present in everything I do. And I am a magnet for abundance. And that's not necessarily true right now. I'm a work in progress, fully admitting that, full transparency. I am a work in progress. But if I'm going to repeat thoughts all day long, they're going to be positive. So my advice today, I guess my call to action for you this afternoon, this morning, this evening, whenever you are hearing this, is write down all of the limiting beliefs that you have. And maybe not all of them. Maybe write down like 5 of them, 5 of the biggest limiting beliefs you have of why you haven't chased that goal or why you haven't lived your life a little bit louder and brighter, why you constantly, if you're the type of person that will constantly like dim your own light in an effort to not make somebody else feel uncomfortable or threatened by your light. First of all, if you do that, stop doing that. That is not your job. That is not your responsibility to dim yourself for the comfort of others. It's really not. But write down some of these, okay? And then I want you to turn them around and I want you to turn them into a positive affirmation. So if one of your limiting beliefs is that you are not good at okay, we'll choose an easy one, like front facing camera on Instagram. I'm not good at talking on the camera on Instagram because maybe one time like something happened and made you feel like you weren't good at it. So now you just like feel you're not good at it all the time. So instead of just letting that become your reality, say, I am the best Instagram front-facing camera talker you have ever seen. I have so much personality. My presence shines through the screen. Like, obviously, this is just a very surface level example, but you see where I'm going with this. If we're constantly in this headspace of letting the negative stuff and letting what happens in the world around us, like truly become our reality, y'all, like we're not living our fullest potential. We're not living our truest, authentic self, right? And that's the goal. Why live a life of mediocrity when it's based on something that may not even be true, right? So my call to action to you today is to write down those limiting beliefs, turn them into affirmations, and then look yourself in the freaking mirror and say them to yourself like 4 or 5 times or as many times as it takes until you start to believe it. Because our thoughts become our actions are our reality, and on we go. I'm so happy you came on. I'm so happy you were here. Next week, Tuesday, we have our next episode releasing, and it's with my dear friend, Pixie Asia. She is a surfer. She is a yogi. She is a fitness professional. She is a wellness advocate. She is the kindest human. She is honest. She's authentic. She runs surf retreats. She teaches the class. She does so many different things. And she's also had quite a ride. And so I'm really, really excited to talk to her and let you hear her story in hopes that it will help you maybe peel back something that you've been going through. So thank you, and we will see you soon. All right, y'all, it is launch week. Episode 2 is in the world. It's here. You are going to be able to get a new episode every Tuesday and Friday. Tuesdays, like I said, are all about interviews, hearing personal stories of other people. Fridays, you get me all to yourself. Little nuggets, sharing my heart, whatever I feel that needs to come out of my body, out of my mouth, into the world. That's what you're going to hear on Fridays. It is our launch week. So please, 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 if you love what you're hearing, rate this podcast, review this podcast, tell us what you're loving or what you want to hear more of. And of course, click that button on the top to subscribe. We are so grateful and so honored to be here. Time is such a gift, and I'm so grateful that you gave us yours today. Have an amazing day wherever you are. See you soon.